What's up, everyone? This is Denovan Truman, otherwise known as Jimmy True, Truman's Awakening TV. Thanks so much for tuning in, for clicking like and subscribing to my channel. I've got some great content for you to share with people today. This is content that will help prove to the dubious about propaganda very much existing today, the lies that are propagated by the mass media, by the journalists that people listen to, that they trust. They think, oh no, they can't be telling us lies. They can't, even though these journalists, they actually call people who are truth seekers, that speak the truth, that report the truth, conspiracy theorists. We have evidence here in this clip that proves both things, that the propaganda is real, that the lies are real, and that people who are reporting the truth are being called conspiracy theorists. So this is for you to wake up. If you're one of those people that has been duped into thinking and trusting the mass media don't do propaganda, and they're not manipulating public opinion to put fear in people so that an agenda can be moved forward with this pandemic, which it is, you know, whatever your opinion is on, you know, and how it's impacted you. If you know people that have passed away or died of the virus and it's been called COVID-19, and that maybe COVID-19, the strain of the virus, does exist, I'm not here to argue with that. I'm not here to, I have obviously got my, you know, sincere empathy for you. If you've lost somebody, that's terrible. But what we're sharing with you today is the propaganda. This is what you've got to focus in on, is that people's opinion, public opinion, is being manipulated, and I've got the evidence. And here we're going to look at a clip from James O'Brien, a prolific journalist here in the UK who presents every day on LBC radio. He's a very intelligent journalist. He does do a lot of research. He knows what he's saying in this clip is a lie, yet he's saying a blatant lie. He closes the woman down because she's coming in with truth. She's talking about her own personal experiences to do with people that she knows that have died, that had current existing conditions, and on the death certificates, it was put down as COVID-19 being the cause of death, which was a lie. They didn't have COVID-19 at all. And this is information that we know has been reported by many, many people. But the government have even admitted that, you know, people who died weren't tested, and but on their death certificates they still put COVID-19, so it inflated the deaths. So the evidence is there. We're going to show you that second clip that actually backs that up. Second clip from the chief scientific advisor to the government saying that fact, okay, alongside this other clip. So you can see how the lies are propagated even against what the government's saying, just to put the fear into people, manipulate public opinion. So let's get to it. This guy does wind me up, I'm telling you. Like, he's so condescending and rude as well. Just check it out.
You're single-handedly revivifying the UK economy just with your holiday choices. But here's the thing. If you, let's say the cruise to Spain goes ahead and the quarantine is still in place and you get off the boat and you go into Spain, will you be quarantining for 2 weeks when you come back?
No.
But then I have to tell the police.
Oh, yeah, but your last caller, she wanted to dodge somebody in. I mean, I don't know.
What do you think the quarantine is for, Jennifer? Just in your own words, why do you think it's there?
James,
I'm going to insist that you answer the question.
I know it's to protect people.
From what, Jennifer? To protect people from what?
From COVID-19.
And how many people have died? How many people have died of COVID-19?
Do you know what
So
I'd like
far.
you to... You know the deaths of people from COVID-19? 3 of my friends, because I'm
Don't give me a
older...
weird right-wing conspiracy
No.
theory.
Conspiracy
2
theory.
cancers and 1 heart condition, and on their death certificates it all said COVID related. That was just 3 people I know who've lost somebody during this period. They didn't have COVID, they weren't even tested. But,
That's simply not possible.
okay, please look into that, because you're good at
No,
looking into
Jennifer,
it.
I'm looking into you at the moment. I want you. So you think that you don't need to quarantine because the risk has been exaggerated as the death toll around the world. I know. Do you know what? I'm not going to fall out with you. I still like you, but this isn't funny anymore. I'm sorry. This is really irresponsible. Please take more care of yourself and your husband, because, you know, even if you don't care about anybody else, other people care about you. The rules are there for a reason. The quarantine is there for a reason. We're having a conversation about people who may fray around the edges. You're retired, right, Jennifer?
Oh, of course,
So you don't even need to go to work. You don't even need to go to work. I mean, it'd be easy to quarantine. Please, this isn't funny. This isn't like another radio phone-in topic where someone comes on a bit contrary and we all have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a ding-dong and then we agree to disagree. It's just really stupid, Jennifer, and profoundly dangerous. Please have a little...
Just really stupid, Jennifer, and profoundly dangerous. I mean, the guy, he's being a dick. He's being an absolute dick. So many people trust what this guy says. He's influencing and manipulating so many people's opinion about the threat of this virus. Look, as I said before, my sympathies, my empathy goes out to anybody out there that's lost people during this pandemic, whether it is being down to the virus, you know, whatever that may be, that where you've you know, had somebody succumb during this period. I'm really sorry that's happened. This is not about that. This video is not about whether or not people should quarantine or not. I'm not debating that. What I want to share with you and wake you up to is the propaganda that's real, that is here today, very much so, more so than ever, and the lies being propagated by people who are working for one of the 6 major corporations that run the whole media, you know, the mass media, online, and just generally, yeah. And you must wake up to this, because now I'm going to share you the clip. He said it's not possible that people were tested, or not tested rather, for the virus, and they put down on their death certificates COVID-19. He said it's not possible that people died and were not tested but had COVID-19 put down on their death certificates. Well, check this out. This is from the chief scientific advisor to the government.
Have the hospital death rate and the total death rate. It's worth remembering again that the ONS rates are people who've got COVID on their death certificate. It doesn't necessarily mean they were infected, because many of them haven't been tested, so we just need to understand the difference.
Okay, just listen to that again.
Death rate, the hospital death rate and the total death rate. It's worth remembering again that the ONS rates are people who've got COVID on their death certificate. It doesn't necessarily mean they were infected, because many of them haven't been tested, so we just need to...
Okay.
So, just because they had COVID-19 on their death certificate didn't mean they had COVID-19, because they hadn't necessarily been tested. So that is from the horse's mouth. That proves that what James O'Brien is publicising through the mainstream media is propaganda, is manipulating, is to support this whole fear-mongering. You know, I can talk personally of experiences of people that I deal with who are, you know, owning, you know, several medical practices that have 7,000 patients. They've only had a couple of people that have died having proven positive for COVID-19. And yes, those people actually were expected to die this year of other serious underlying health conditions anyway. So, you know, this is the truth, right? That there is a virus out there. Some people get it and it affects them badly, and unfortunately some succumb to it. But at the end of the day, this is true of flu. And, you know, we're changing everything in terms of our freedom and our liberty, because we are being told we have to do it now. Right, there might be some good reasons why we're making some changes. I'm not going to, you know, discuss that. It's the removal of our freedoms and our liberty, and the lies that they're propagating, and the deaths that are arising because of this experiment they're doing on us, and that they're using to manipulate and move forward this totalitarian governance, this surveillance that is real. And that is going to be removing the freedoms of your children, your grandchildren, and everything else if we don't make people aware. It's all about just being aware, you know. You don't have to go out marching. You don't, you know, we've got information that we can share, so you can actually open your mind and your eyes and see why it is so many people are waking up to this now. Yeah. And that should be the start. That should be the start for you, just to be awake. And as long as you're aware and you're conscious, it's not going to happen. There's lots of people fighting, you know, behind the fabric of mainstream society, you know, for the good of the people. But there's some serious change that needs to happen. And I think it needs to happen on the people level. And it's just about people waking up and knowing that tyranny's happened before, and it could happen again if we just basically bury our heads in the sand and just ignore what's happened in the past and believe, oh no, it couldn't happen again. We've evolved since then. You know, hello, you know, history repeats itself all the time, right? So anyway, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much to all of you. Love you all. Massive respect to you, and I'll see you on the other side.